Hello, viewers. This is Cynthia Michael from Scree Review my 407th podcast. This is my 417th podcast. My bad. This is my 417th podcast. Anyway, like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to breathe so hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this podcast will contain some adult language. So once again, if you're under 18, this podcast will contain some adult language. So anyway, just to let you know, this audio podcast will contain some adult language. So anyway, with that and everything else out the way, let's get into this topic. Now, the Power Ranger Beast Morphers different dimension theory. So basically, my theory is this: many people, ever since Beast Morphers came out, a lot of people have not been talking about a lot of Power Rangers. I've been watching other Power Rangers, YouTubers and whatnot, and a lot of it's like it's been a lot of talk of how how good Beast Morphers is, but it's not been a lot of videos to explain what dimension that Beast Morphers is in. So basically, this video is my theory on that Beast Morphers is in a different universe, is in a different universe theory. So basically, let me get you a sum of the different in the different dimensions in the Rangerverse. Now, we are ever since RPN, it's been established in Samurai that the events of RPN happen in a different universe. Now, so basically RPN was we had the Power Ranger universe, everything up to Mighty Morphin, skipping over to minus RPN. Up to Megaforce, all happen in the Prime Rangerverse. So basically, so basically, everything from Mighty Morphin minus RPN up to Megaforce happen in the main Ranger dimension. Now RPN is in a different dimension. So basically, RPN is the second dimension in the Rangerverse. Then we had Dino Charge that established itself in a different dimension, as well. So basically, Dino Charge is the third dimension in the Rangerverse. And finally, we got Ninja Steel. Ninja Steel established itself as a ranger, rangers from another dimension. So basically, the Ninja Steel Rangers in that series is confirmed that the Ninja Steel Rangers were from a different dimension. So basically, Ninja Steel is the fourth dimension in the Rangerverse. Now, where does Beast Morphers where does Beast Morphers fit in what does Beast Morphers fit in the Rangerverse? Now, I believe that the Beast Morphers are not or in a different fifth universe from the rest of the other Power Rangers dimension. So basically, I believe that the Beast Morpher Rangers are not in its own dimension from the other Power Rangers. From the other Power Ranger dimension. So basically, from the first episode, Devin's father said what's his name, the head of Great Battle Force about the whole Morph X and he said that different villains from different dimensions try to take the Rangers' powers. Now, if you remember the first episode of Power Rangers Beast Morphers, Devin's father, the man, was concerned about the whole Morphex towers and whatnot. He might attract bad guys to try to take the Morphex, and attack the city. So basically, it's very from what Devin's father, the mayor, said. It's quite clear they're not in. They're not in the RPN dimension. They're not in the Ninja Steel dimension. They're not in the Dinosaur dimension, and they're not in the Prime Power Ranger dimension, because he said that different villains like Rita, Benjix, Gamamax, and Sledge tried to take the Rangers' powers in those different dimensions. So basically, from what Devin's father said in the first episode about his concerns about the whole Morph X energy, he said that Sledge, Gamamax, Benjix, Rita tried to take the Rangers' powers, and so are different villains from different dimensions who had tried to take the Rangers' powers. So basically, that confirms that that Beast Morphers is in a different dimension, and also is also a fifth dimension in the Rangerverse from the first episode of Power Rangers Beast Morphers. That confirmed that that Beast Morphers do take place in a different dimension. Now, and based off the technology that they have, that the Beast Morphers use, it's most valid. So basically, based off the technology that the Beast Morphers use and good battle force use, they're not in the main. So basically, it's quite clear they're in a different dimension, and also they managed to hack into the morphing grid and use the morphing grid as energy. So basically, I believe that the Beast Morpher dimension that they use the morphing grid as energy is in a different dimension now. And RPN, it didn't establish that that the RPN Rangers have their own version of the morphing grid. So basically, they call it the biogrid now. And Beast Morphers, they managed to hack into the morphing grid and turn the morphing grid energy into Morph X. So basically, in the Beast Morphers series, that they have their version of the morphing grid, but they managed to use the morphing grid as a energy source. So basically, I believe that based off of that information, that the Beast Morphers are in a different dimension. This is their different version of the morphing grid. So basically, dinosaurs had so basically the dinosaur Rangers got the Ranger powers from the Energians. So basically, I believe those Energians had their own version of the morphing grid. Now, the Power Stars from Ninja Steel gave the Ninja Steel Rangers their powers. So basically, based off that, I believe that the Power Stars are connected to the person. Therefore, it's a different version of. I believe that the Ninja Star person is like a different version of the morphing grid. Now, like I said, I believe that the Dino Gens are the versions on the it's the Dino version of the Morphin Grid. Now, and Ninja Steel, when it comes to the Ninja Star Prison, I believe that the prison itself is their version of the Morphin Grid. So basically, after all this. So basically, after all this evidence, after all this evidence, it's most definitely that that Power Rangers Beast Morphers do take place in a different dimension, and Beast Morphers now count as a fifth dimension in the Power Rangers universe. Now we have five different dimensions in the Power Rangers in the Power Rangers verse. So basically, all this evidence that I represented bung up, which supports my theory that Beast Morphers do take place in a different dimension from the other Power Rangers series. So basically, all my evidence points that Beast Morphers do take place in a different dimension from the other Power Rangers series, and the Beast Morpher and Power Rangers Beast Morphers do count as a fifth dimension in the Rangerverse. So basically, this is my proven theory that Beast Morphers is so basically, this is my confirmed theory. Well, this is my confirmed theory that Beast Morphers do take place in a different dimension, and Beast Morphers do count as a fifth dimension in the Rangerverse. So anyway, what do you guys think about this? About my theory? Do you think that Power Rangers Beast Morphers is in a different dimension or not in a different dimension in the Rangerverse? Please let me know with the comments below this podcast. So anyway, like always, the Sincere Michael from Screw You, signing off. 1,